Anthony, WWE Evolution 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Evolution 2.
2 is upon us. And some of the matches have started to already fizzle out. Not fizzle out. They've started to... Hang on a minute. They've started to kind of get made, if you will.
Okay.
And I was like, well, actually, this is bad timing because I wanted to do my dream card.
Okay.
If I was booking this thing, right, all you Triple H lovers out there, all I'm saying is, watch this. And if you prefer mine, I'm
old Triple K. No, we can't do that.
Let's not do that one. But we'll dive in, shall we? So this is Evolution 2, if I booked it.
Okay.
Right? I tried not to go too crazy. Yeah?
Yeah.
Like, super unrealistic. Like, I'm not bringing anyone back from the dead.
Yeah, so we're saying dream, but it's like...
Dream.
It's realistically...
Kind of realistic.
Yeah, okay.
Right? So, for example, I've not put Saraya in this. Now, I would have Saraya in it, but I just don't think she's going to come back.
Like, are you really British, but in it?
Well, you know. Yeah, bonded about baked beans and shit, didn't we? You know, that's what we do. But, right. First match of the card. Battle of the Rheas.
I mean, this is a this is a must.
Yeah, Rhea Ripley,
not a must?
Stephanie Vaquer.
This is a must, right?
I think it's a must.
It's what we all want.
This is what I want.
I mean, is Booker T going to survive this?
No chance, right? He has to just be on commentary for this one match. But, you know, I love a mirror match. There's something about these two that just, I don't know, I just feel it's a match I want to see. I need to see this match.
Something about this match. Just something about this match.
Oh, I can't choke enough to why. But yeah, there's something about it, man. You know, they're both killing it, obviously, at the minute, aren't they? Like, Stephanie Vaquer has taken, you know, fans by
there's almost
storm.
a parallel in style, isn't there? I mean, you could argue that they are quite different, but there is a bit of a parallel in style there, isn't there?
Yeah, well, that's it. You know, styles make matchups, as they say.
100%.
And, yeah, I think it'd be boss. Who would win? That's the question. I'll tell you what we'll do. I'll tell you the matches I want to see. You tell me who you think would win them.
Stephanie Vaquer.
Oh, damn. Okay. Fair play. So, yeah, I would book this one because it's a match I want to see.
Yeah.
I would also book Anthony because I think this has been brewing.
Are you sure that Triple H hasn't booked this?
I knew you were going to say something like that, right? This feels like Triple H could book this match, right? But I've gone for Bianca Belair versus Naomi versus Jade Cargill.
Okay.
Triple threat match because this has all been brewing. It's been going on since WrestleMania.
Yeah, it feels
before.
like we've got this pay-per-view, which is perfect for it, and it feels like a good culmination to this.
Well, that's it. Like Jade's just won Queen of the Ring.
Mm-hmm.
Wrong decision. But Jade just won Queen of the Ring. Yeah? I love Jade, by the way. I just think it was the wrong decision. So, I don't think the title's going to be on the line. It's going to be at SummerSlam that she's going to get the opportunity.
I think this doesn't need the title. It's a grudge match, isn't it?
Well, exactly. Like, they need to settle the score at the end of the day, 100%. Don't they?
Yeah.
And obviously, Naomi has missed Money in the Bank, so we could do something there to set up, like, oh, well, when you do have your title match, I'm going to cash in. So, yeah, there's all that. And then I think for this one, I don't know, I still want to see Bianca Belair turn. This is like a broken record, isn't it? I want to see it.
Yeah.
Right? So maybe we can plant some seeds here. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, she can end up siding with Naomi by the end of it, kind of thing.
Exactly. Yeah. So, if this match happened, who would win it? Who would you book to win it? That's the question.
I like what you've set up there, and I think Naomi has to win this, and perhaps with either a walkout or help from Bianca to sell that bit. But I think Naomi's coming out of this with the winner.
Okay.
That's what I reckon.
Nice. Next on the list. Now.
Okay.
I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, we've just alluded to, if it hasn't already been announced, that Tiffany is going to face Trish Stratus.
Right.
Which I'd thought about, but they're both baby faces. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I'm not too sure how that would work.
They've tagged together, haven't they, previously?
Yeah,
so
recently
it kind of makes sense to have a match as well.
Yeah, so I'm not against the booking, so I'm like, okay. But I had other plans for Trish.
Okay.
So I went this direction.
She's on the card, right?
She's on the card. She's also on the wall behind us. Look at that. Trish. Hey, Trish. Yeah, I had other plans for this one. So I wanted to see Tiffany take on Jordynne Grace. Now, for me, this is a better matchup. Now, I will take nothing away from Trish Stratus in terms of her agility. But from a strength standpoint, Tiffany's got
You want to see Jordynne body Tiffany?
Basically, right? I think this is a more even match. And once again, the old Mortal Kombat player in me loves a mirror match.
Oh,
get to that level, and you go up the tower, and you fight yourself, and it's like, oh, who's going to win? Yeah. So I want that, and for me, this is the match that I would have made. So, This is probably the only NXT presence on this card. So sorry, I don't watch it, so I can't put someone on that I don't watch.
That's fair.
But I do watch Jordan Grace. I do know that she's awesome, and I do think that this could be a hell of a match.
I think this could be I think you'd have to give Jordan a win in this case. I think this could be a good push for Jordan.
What if it was for the...
It was for the title. I still think you push Jordan at this point. She's obviously was a star on TNA.
Mm-hmm.
She's using her time in NXT. That's fine. But there's a point when WWE want to pull the trigger and go, let's make her the big deal. And I think this could be a good point for that. And go, give her the title. Let her run with it.
Damn. Bold, man. I love it. Bold booking decisions. What do you get here? BBD. Bold booking creative. Well, I'm a fan of the British Broadcasting Network channel. Network? BBN? Okay, so, yeah. You've heard it here first. Jordan Grace is going to win the women's title.
Yeah, she is, yeah.
Now my plans for Trish.
Okay.
I want to see Battle of the Canadian women.
I felt like maybe that could be a little punch in as a title.
Could be, yeah, you know. But this has never happened. In the entire time both these women have been with this company, we've never had this.
That is a bit nuts.
It is mental.
Yeah.
They are the two top female wrestlers to come out of Canada.
I'm trying to think of a better title for it. Canadian goats.
Yes.
Canadians are quite mountainy. Mountain goats. Battle of the mountain goats. No?
Nah. We'll get there. Okay. We'll figure it out. But
we'll
I can't believe this has never happened. It's wild to me. I think they've been in one or two matches together where it's been like a multi-person match or like some kind of elimination type thing. I think they've teamed together once or twice.
Yeah, but they never actually go one-on-one.
Yeah, and let's be honest, Natty right now is, making her own path. She's like, I'm fucking doing Bloodsport, I'm fucking doing NWA, doing whatever the fuck I want to do. She was just in reality of wrestling.
Yeah, rocking around.
Does what she wants, right? Trish, very much the same. Doesn't have to be coming back at this point. She's got fucking Canada's Got Talent. She's got movies. She's got everything else she does. Comes back because she fucking loves it. So why not, as a once in a lifetime, it's now or never really, this is the match I would have made.
Yeah.
And it's no offence to Tiffy.
No, but I'll take it on that point that, at some point, one of these may go, you know what, I'm done in ring. Like, let's get this in. Like, and this is the year to do it. I agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree.
Okay.
And
but the question is, though, who would
given
win
the turn Natty's on, I think Natty's got to take it.
Oh, interesting. It's a tough one, isn't it? Because obviously, I don't mean any disrespect by saying this, but it's not like putting the younger talent over necessarily, because probably both of them now are like more moving legends, into like the
legend status.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a tough one. Yeah. I think it would be huge for Natty if she got the win. And it'd be huge for Trish to give Natty that win. So
yeah, it's like a sign of respect in it.
Exactly. So I take it. Next up, Anthony, I'm going Chelsea Green and Nikki Bella.
Interesting choice. Probably one that would be quite controversial to the fans because Nikki's getting some heat right now.
Well, yeah. And it's not just Battle of the Hats. That's the bit.
Is that why you did it? Yeah?
They're both wear hats. Let's do it. No, it's not just because of that. So interestingly enough, when Chelsea Green was United States champ around Mania, she was asked what a dream match would be. She picked Nikki Bella in a hair versus hair match, which I thought was weird. I probably wouldn't book that.
Yeah, maybe not that. Although if anyone can sell losing their hair, it's Chelsea Green.
Yeah, to be fair, she'd fucking be.
She'd be as good as Kurt Angle at like pretending she still got hair. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
I almost want the hair versus hair match just to see the sheer comedic value of it.
Well, exactly. But no, I see this as, Nikki, everything she did for the business when she came into her own and led the Divas division, and Chelsea thinks of herself as a diva in this women's era. I think she wants to prove that she's the best of the Divas
era
against the current diva.
Yeah.
So that's my kind of thinking behind it. I think there's a lot of stuff that could be.
So it's the legend of the Divas era versus the last of the Divas era.
Yeah, there we go. That's the marketing bit, isn't it? Yeah. Where was that fucking mountain goats a minute ago? How do you go from mountain goats to that? That's all I'm saying.
Look, you give me a lot. It was not much to work with for the previous one, if I'm honest.
Okay. So yeah, that's my thinking. I think it's a match that Chelsea would love. I think it's a match that Nikki would love. I would love it, and hopefully the fans would as well. But Anthony, what would you do? Who would you pick to win?
I think this is one of them scenarios though where you've got to give the win to Chelsea for that reason of being the diva. Yeah. I think she could do a lot with that. So from a carrying on afterwards standpoint, I think you give the win to Chelsea.
I'd agree. Yeah, to be fair. Yeah. But Chelsea Green's the best, so that's why.
Indeed.
But Shotzi's still the indie god. That's what we're saying.
Indie god.
Maybe you have slight recency bias.
Maybe.
But
maybe.
Still. Okay, the next one. I'm maybe saying, well, we've seen this a million times before.
No, I think it's absolutely natural that they'd want to put the horsewomen back together.
Yeah, exactly. Obviously, we can't have Mercedes in the mix. Yeah, but Becky Lynch, the new Intercontinental champion, isn't she? So it would be good to see both
now,
Charlotte and Bayley.
Have we ever had any truth to the Charlotte and Becky having real heat thing?
I think it was confirmed.
Right.
I think
so would they want to work together?
I mean, yeah.
Well,
to be fair, yeah, like oftentimes the real world stuff translates great when it happens in the
That is true. That is true. One of the most legendary feuds was Edge versus Matt Hardy, and we all know why that happened.
Exactly, and she's on this card too. We'll get to that, but yeah, for me, I just think now would be the right time to do it. To take, and no disrespect to either Charlotte or Bayley, but to take both of them away from the world title picture for a bit.
Yeah, fair.
You know, some others kind of have a shot at it.
It adds status to what is a very newly established mid-card.
Exactly what I was going to say. You want to legitimise the IC title, they fucked the men's one.
Truly.
Right? So, the lineage that fucking adds, your Bret Harts and your Mr. Perfects and people like that, you know, who's even got it now?
I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, I want to see them put some respect on this title's name. Becky's got it, and I want to see the horsemen women involved in that as well.
Storm got the IC.
Yeah, this is Dom, actually. Fair play.
That's fair, yeah, that's a good shout for a champion.
It is.
Like,
all right, I take it back a little bit.
I think the floundering before it was not great, but I think Dom, give him the title for a while and let him run with it, man.
Yeah, fair play.
Anyway, sorry.
Battle of the Horsewomen, who's taking it?
Bayley. She is the best horsewoman, and she deserves that recognition.
I mean, I'm not disagreeing with you. It's just you fought this corner for a long, long time.
So long. Like, I don't even know why it's even the discussion.
Yeah.
Bayley is the horsewoman.
Yeah, she doesn't like being called that.
No.
Hey, baby, why the long face?
I might need to change that. But she is of. I don't know. Internally they probably don't even compare it. They all came up together and they all support each other and all this. But Bayley's the best one.
Okay.
So.
Fair. I wouldn't argue with that. I'd like to see Bayley as champ, so bring it on. Okay. You might be thinking this is a bit of a weird one. I have no justification for it, other than
want it.
I wanted to put Lita on the card.
That's fair.
So we've got.
But let's say you want to put Lita on the card. There is a rationale here, isn't there? So what made you pick your opponents?
Well, so it's Lita and Julia for the audio listeners, right?
I was keeping the mystery. I was letting you reveal it, and then you just went like I was being a dick. Right?
Because Women's United States Championship, similar vein, let's put some kind of prestige on that. Let's have a legend challenging for that title. Obviously, she never won it because it didn't exist in her era.
Is Lita Canadian?
No.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah, she's not.
Kind
of annoys me that I can't remember where she is from.
In my head, she was Canadian.
But I feel like I should know this. I know the Hardys were from Raleigh, North Carolina, but I don't think she was. Anyway, yeah, so I've kind of gone for this one, which people may think that's a bit weird, but Julia is immense. Mm-hmm. She was killing it in Japan. They've brought her over to the main roster. It was a bit of a slow start, if I'm honest, but they've made a US champ. Mm-hmm. So what better way to help legitimize her, put her in there with the fucking legend, prove that she can go against, who was at one point top of the biz.
Yeah. How do you feel about her being US champ?
I like it, to be fair. Yeah. It's no slight on Zelina, because...
It just feels like, not so much that Julia won it, but like, it seems like they were giving Zelina the ball, and then very quickly was like, actually, no,
yeah,
she didn't get a long run with that.
No, I don't know why. I feel like they wanted to do something with her and Chelsea, and then just didn't materialise. So I think
creative changes and all that.
Well, yeah. So I guess they just ran out of options for her after that. So they were just like, well, we'll put it on Julia. But I don't think they've got a ton of options for Julia at the minute either.
Yeah.
So
this could be a good option though. Again,
I'd love to see it
going up against the legend for the belt.
Mm-hmm.
Another great way of putting some importance on the mid card, but also obviously not legitimising is not the right word because she is legit, but giving that bit more prestige to Julia herself as well.
Indeed. But who would you have win it? That's the main question here.
I think you got to give it to the young gun.
Okay.
Can I call her the young gun?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, why not? So Julia takes it, retains the belt. 2 matches left. The penultimate one. I'm so sad. I'm so sad. What? I'm so sad that Liv Morgan has suffered a shoulder injury. If it was weird, I don't really know where they were going with it. It was like they were teasing they were going to go with Nikki Bella against Liv because they had that thing which she came out and stuff and hit her with the Oblivion and blah blah blah. I was like, okay, but now what result from that is Roxanne is facing. Roxanne's replacing her and teaming with Raquel in some kind of tag thing, and Alexa's teaming with Charlotte. What the fuck? You know what I mean? Right, so you can't say this wouldn't have been better, right? So for me, audio listeners, apologies, it's Liv Morgan, Alexa Bliss, right? This is mirror match
to a T.
French kiss.
Yeah.
These two are just fucking cut from the same cloth, same mold.
Agreed.
And they're just two tiny baddies that just beat the shit out of each other. Yeah. And who doesn't want to see that?
It's the tiniest match on the card.
So, actually, there's 2 more matches. I don't know why I said this is the penultimate one. I can't count clearly, right? So,
this is the penultimate one.
This is penultimate.
Pre-ultimate.
Yeah. So, yeah, I just think this match would be awesome. Obviously, huge Liv Morgan fan, huge Alexa fan, and I just think it would be epic.
Agreed.
So, who would you have win it though? That's the question.
I actually, and you may not agree, the audience may not agree, but I think Liv Morgan.
Okay. I thought you were going to say that
for so long, but I think it's like almost expected or understood that Alexa's a better wrestler. Because Liv's always had that against her for some reason. Like, despite the work she puts in, she's never really been given the credit she deserves as an in-ring performer. And I think this would be a way of acknowledging that.
Yeah.
Of going, you know what? She won.
So Liv's going to get the win and be like, acknowledge me.
Basically, yeah. Okay. Without going full tribal chief, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Boss? So the penultimate one for reals this time. We've had our tribal chief. Let's talk about our tiny chief, right? I said
that wasn't the littlest match on the card. Okay.
This is actually probably the littlest match on the card, right? If there's any reach I've made in this entire video, it's probably this one because I don't think there's any intention.
Seen the rumours going around though, because there's videos of her training with Punk and stuff.
Oh no, I've not seen it.
Sorry, should we tell the audience who you're talking about?
Maybe we should. So I've gone for Roxanne Perez and AJ Lee, right? Now, Elena Black, as she's now known, formerly Cora Jade, was on our pal Chris Van Vliet's show, like every other fucker. Come on our show.
It's a rite of passage.
I know.
You hit. You
it's changed now. It was like, you do the Jericho podcast, you do Van Vliet. Yeah, it's like, you know, why not take even more baby steps? Do A2theK.
Yeah.
Then the Jericho podcast.
It's only right to work your way up to Van Vliet.
Exactly.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just kind of like a slide thing.
Exactly.
You know? Anyway, sorry.
But yeah, so AJ Lee, I don't think there's any chance of her coming back, but Alana Black was on Van Vliet and basically said they will get her out of retirement. If it's not her, it's going to be Roxanne.
Yeah.
One of them two, Punk's little daughters, I guess.
But there's been videos of her training with Punk in the ring.
I mean,
so I think there's like rumor mill that she's getting in ring ready for something.
Yeah.
You know, and that, to be fair, I believe she was quite involved with. Was it Heels? She's done something, and she's not left the wrestling world. She just hasn't been in WWE.
Yeah.
So staying ring ready isn't really necessarily that she's coming back to WWE, but you know, considering like the love that the likes of Roxanne and Cora Jade,
Roxanne,
thank you, the love that they have for her and Punk, it'd be cool for her to come back and sort of give that, not like, this is a good reason to come back, isn't it? To face Roxanne.
That's it. If she's going to come back, then obviously there's a challenger tailor-made there for her. But we're not getting this, are we? Because they've decided to put Roxanne with Raquel and do some stupid little tag team tournament thing. Bullshit. Makes no sense. Why would Charlotte and Alexa want to team up? Stupid. Anyway, if this match would have happened.
Yeah. So you're saying that the booking isn't perfect? Interesting. Carry on.
If this match would have happened, Anthony, and we were to get this match at Evolution, who would you have booked? Because obviously it'd be AJ's return. Would she lose a return match?
No.
No?
And not just because I feel like I'm always going, well, let the younger one get the win. I feel like this return for me, I feel like people would want more. And I feel like she'd be the type to not let the audience down. So I think this would be not a one and done. So I think she'll take the win here. Or maybe even come back as a bit of a bad guy. Right? It might be hard to do that actually because the crowd will fucking love it. right? But I think these two will have more than one match, and I think the Evolution one would be the win.
Okay, I love it.
That's how I'd do it.
Okay, which leads us on to the final match. Let me check. Let me count. Yeah, the final match. Okay,
1.
And potentially main event material here.
Okay.
The whole show.
Okay.
I don't know if anything's coming to mind for you. I don't know if anything's coming to mind for you. But what I would book, Anthony.
I'm trying to think who you haven't picked already. Nice. Okay.
Io Sky and Asuka, which is what we should have got because Asuka should have won the Queen of the Ring and should have went after Io. Because that would have made sense.
Forgive. Have we had these two solo before?
Don't know. Probably. Definitely in Japan, I'd imagine.
Certainly not since... No, I meant in WWE.
Yeah, I don't know.
Certainly not since Io sort of raised to the level she's at now.
Well, exactly.
She's built herself up while Asuka's been away, really.
They've been teaming for the majority of the time, haven't they, together? And
I was just thinking of... Do you remember when everyone cuts back to that promo where they were both arguing with each other in Japanese?
Oh, yeah.
And it's like it felt like there was like a big match waiting to happen, and I'm like, did we get the match? But it was just that it wasn't as big a deal then. It'd be such a big deal now.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's just my bad memory.
Well, yeah, I don't know if it has happened, but it should happen, and I think it should be not like a Kairi on a pole match, but there's got to be a Kairi involvement in this because she's got loyalty to both of them.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like she's going to be caught right in the middle of this. Who does she side with and all that kind of stuff? So from a storytelling standpoint, there's just loads to work with there. But Asuka's come back. She's been killing it. Unfortunately lost to Jade in the finals, but she looked like an absolute monster prior to that. So yeah, I just think this could be, is Io ready for Asuka?
No. Nobody's ready for Asuka.
So,
and that'd be my bet. Asuka should win this.
Damn, okay.
She's been away for a minute. We need to remember the badass that she is. So
would Asuka win it clean, or would Kabuki Warriors reuniting end up costing you?
She'd batter her.
Okay. Kicks her fucking head off.
Maybe even the mist here and there. Is it clean if you do the mist?
I mean, no, it's dirty, and it's pretty mist everywhere.
Is that like a disqualifiable? I don't think it is.
Nah.
People do it.
Well, that's Crowley.
Yeah.
See what's the jury.
He didn't do it at Progress.
Of course it.
At 181.
Yeah.
You know what? Missed opportunity.
Hey, that's got to go out somewhere. I feel like we could just do a million Crowley memes. We had top twat. Now it could be no missed opportunity. But yeah, so that's what I would have booked, Anthony. That for me is my Evolution 2.
I love it. I think you should be in some sort of booking capacity. Just saying.
Yeah. What do you guys think? I guess that's the question. So leave a comment below. Is this card that we predicted here, like, would you have preferred to see this to what has been announced so far? Like, let us know.
And if you think you can do better, then fucking tell us.
Yeah, and while you're there, subscribe so that you can, leave us lots of nasty comments and say you hate what we do. So yeah, do that. But thanks for joining us as always. Audio listeners, much love. We know sometimes we forget to explain what we're seeing on the screen here and stuff, but
we'd be horrible at that audio narration stuff.
Yeah, not the best, but we're trying to get better. Like we weren't a podcast to start with, we still are. We're an OG podcast. Yeah. I haven't posted this, by the way, but I saw we were like 20 something in Sweden.
Nice.
So thanks.
Hey Sweden.
Yeah, hey Sweden. IKEA's boss meatballs recommend. All I'm going to say.
Do you ever go there for anything else?
Well, yeah, flat pack furniture, which isn't that hard to put together. I don't know why they make like such a big thing. I can do it, and I'm shit at the hour. But yeah, so let us know. Do you think this would be the best Evolution card put together? Can you do better? Let us know, and we will catch you on the next one.